What's up YouTube, AUTOCON360 here back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Dragon Ball Super S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta. So here we are, and there he is. And it is a repaint of the Vegeta 2.0 body mold with a new head and new toes. At least just new toes, it might just be completely new feet. Not 100% sure, but we'll go into that in a little bit more detail just a moment. So first, we'll of course take a quick look at the package. So here we have our Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta packaging. A nice promotional picture of Vegeta there. Your Tamashii Nation's quality stamp of approval. Toei logo, Funimation, Dragon Ball Super Broly at the bottom. And just a continuation of those photos on the side there. Nice promotional shots on the back. Your warnings, don't choke on this stuff, don't eat it. Twitter, Facebook, bottom, top, other side, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. And yeah, so let's get to it and crack this thing open and fight the glare. And of course, before we take a look at his accessories, we'll go ahead here and take a look at the instructions. So of course, it's labeled with his name, shows you how to swap out the arms, shows you to be careful of paint rub on the cross arms, shows you how to switch faces and the heads, and of course how to pop off the hands. So here we have all of Vegeta's accessories. We have both of his heads, both of his faces, his cross arms, and all of his hands. So we'll go ahead here and we will take a look. Get down, hand. And we'll take a look at the Super Saiyan God head first. So here we have our Super Saiyan God head sculpt for Vegeta. Now this is the just a repaint of the blue head as well, to give it that more narrow look like Vegeta had in Super the series, which is a little bit of a gripe of mine that I have with this figure. Yeah, I'm thankful that we have the new heads, but if they're going to match the aesthetic of the movie, I think they could have used the 2.0 head and been just fine. Whereas if they were going to match the aesthetic of the show, this head works better, because in Super the series he does have a more narrow head, or at least his hair is a little bit more narrow than it was in Dragon Ball Z. So the aesthetic of this head works for that, whereas the 2.0 head would have worked just fine for the Broly movie, because of the aesthetic that that movie strives for. It tries to go for that late Cell Saga art style. But either way, it's cool. I really like this head too, so it doesn't really bother me that much. What does bother me is this face on this body. I think we should have gotten a stern face here, just like we have here. Just give us two stern faces, one blue and one red. And then give us a smirking face that was in blue, because we don't see him smirk in Base God. He's just really just stern the entire time, whereas we do see him smirk a few times while he is Super Saiyan Blue. But yeah, faces pop off. The only real difference to how they plug in, if I stop dropping it, is this square peg here. Of course, the two ones up top go up, and that one just plugs into the back of the face. Everything's good. It looks good. Just a darker red color than what we saw with Goku, so that's cool. I just think the smirk needs a little bit more work in the teeth area. Maybe a black line between the teeth, so you know that is top row and bottom row. But we'll go ahead and take a look at this nice Super Saiyan Blue head. Really like this. It's got the same kind of eye work that Gogeta had, where it's got the darker around the iris and then the lighter for the pupil. But it's the same sculpt as the Super Saiyan God head, so it is all new. So yeah. And then we'll take a look at the, let's do the gritting teeth head, or face rather. Let's pop that right on. Looks good. Focus. Nice scowl. I'm just noticing the line in the teeth right there. It's a little weird. And here we have our screaming face. If it'll plug on, there we go. I just noticed this. We do have a little bit of blue there on the cheek. Doesn't want to focus on the face, wants to focus on my hand. Come on. Yeah, just that little scuff of blue right there. But either way, still looks good. I don't really use his face anyway, so that blue on the cheek doesn't really bother me. But yeah, still looks really good. And in terms of hands, Vegeta comes with his fists in package. He comes with these style pose hands for doing his pose. He comes with these Galagun charging hands slash Final Flash firing hands. It of course comes with these Key Blast slash Final Flash charging slash Galagun firing hands. And then he comes with a thumbs up, and then he comes with the cross arms. And of course, plugging on the wrists is your standard Figuarts fare, just on a ball joint. And you just plug it on, stays nice and tight, just like every other Figuarts figure that I own. And of course, plugging on the head is just as simple as the wrists, just a ball joint connection. And you just plug that straight on. Of course, I do recommend taking the head off, or taking off the face, so that you can see what you're doing a little bit better. But yeah, goes right on, snug like a glove, and then you just take your face, plug that right on, make sure it's on there securely, and there you go. Just showing off the Super Saiyan Godhead, because I'm not going to have him primarily displayed like this, or like this primarily in the video. So here you go. And to plug on the cross arms, all you got to do is just simply pull off the arms at the top of the bicep. Now, my Vegeta does have the same issue that my 2.0 Super Vegeta had, where this peg is sticking outward more than it should be. So I do recommend, if yours is like that, you just plug in the left side first. That way you know that's securely in there, and then just bring it around to the right side, which does plug in like it should. And everything should be good to go from there. And it's at this point that I would show him off side by side with the Super Saiyan God Goku, but unfortunately I do not own that figure, because people on eBay are ridiculously pricing that figure, and I can't afford it. So until somebody stops trying to rip off my scalp, we're just going to show him off here with the S.H.Figuarts Broly. And then here he is with the 2.0 Super Vegeta and the 2.0 Scouter Vegeta. Which I know, I have not reviewed Scouter Vegeta yet, but still an awesome figure, just like this one is. And his review will be coming soon. So there you go. Because of the hair, the new Vegeta is a little bit shorter, but that's what they all look like together. And let's go ahead here and take a closer look at him. So, like I said, really great looking head here. I really do like it. Of course, we do show the nice new dark blue from the Broly movie. Now, something that does kind of bug me is the blue tint to the armor. It kind of has that in the movie, but it is still a little bit closer to what we're seeing here for the gloves and the outlining on the armor, for the actual details in the armor. Those early design scans for the character did show a little bit of blue, but in the actual movie it is closer to the white or grayish color. But yeah, it's still really good. Detail-wise, everything that we've come to know from this body mold, still looks great. The feet, I'm not 100% sure if the whole foot is brand new or if it's just the toe. I don't know if the back of the foot is just reused from the Majin Vegeta figure, and then they just made a new toe for him, or if it's a completely new foot. But regardless, I don't really like it, or at least the toe anyway. If it is the Majin Vegeta foot, I don't really like the toe. If it's a whole new foot, then I just don't like the foot. Because the toe on it isn't pointed, and it kind of bothers me. They went with the rounded toe like he has in the movie, which is fine, but they didn't change the feet on Goku for his figure. They just kept the Saiyan raised on Earth Goku feet. And so he has pointed toes, Vegeta has rounded toes, when in the movie they both definitely have rounded toes. So it just kind of bugs me, and just that little aesthetic level. But all in all, though, still a really good figure. In terms of articulation, it's just as good as the first release, the Super Vegeta. Of course, your head's on a ball joint that's connected to a swivel and hinge, so it will hinge up and down, and you can adjust that to get a different axis of movement if you need to. Also, the neck's on a ball joint, but it's still really stiff and hard to move. Shoulders are on a butterfly joint. They do give you just a little bit of forward movement. And of course, you can get a full 360 out of them. They will go up that far. Your bicep can get a full 360 out of that as well. You get a double jointed elbow, of course. And then your wrists are on a ball joint that is connected to a hinge and swivel, so you can pivot that to get a different axis of movement, just like with the neck. And it's your standard Figuarts wrist. Ab here, you can crunch it forward that far, and we'll go back that far, and then you can pull it up to get more forward and then more back, just a little bit more back. And of course, you're going to have that gap there. And then your waist is on a ball joint, and then it also, I believe it's a double barbell up in there, so that will allow you to get more crunch forward. So if this isn't enough for you, you got even more. And that will also give you more back crunch as well. Your hips are just like the 1.0, or I'm sorry, the 2.0 Vegetas, so they do only kick forward that far, but with the barbell, there you go. There's your extra movement on that hip. And of course, they do go out this far until they start meeting those plates there. You do have a bicep swivel. That's definitely a thigh. Double jointed knee. And then your feet are still on a double barbell. So you do still get on that nice motion in there. At the top and the bottom will swivel. And of course you do have pivot because of those ball joints. And you do have a toe joint. And for comparison, here we'll bring back the other two Vegetas that I have. Here we have the 2.0 Vegeta. And here we have the 2.0 Scouter Vegeta. Yeah, they all three look really good. The heads will swap between all of them, because of course it is the same ball joints, same everything. So if you want to take the extra that came with your Scouter Vegeta, put it on this body, perfectly fine. If you want to make a Tournament of Power Vegeta, take this head off, put it on this body. Awesome. And here we have him with the Super Saiyan Trunks from earlier, I think it was last year, year before. It might have actually been 2015 now. But yeah, same height difference that we have with the 2.0 Super Vegeta. And here he is with the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta, which he looks great next to, of course. The blue is slightly darker on Vegeta, and I say slightly. I think it may also be exactly the same, but it seems slightly darker to me because I think it's just all the angles on Gogeta's hair. It reflects more light because it is very metallic blue, so it's going to reflect a lot of light. But you see how this reflects less light than this does, but again, I think it is just because this has more angles to it than Vegeta's hair. And then here he is with Broly, coming up to about Broly's abs. And then here's a spoiler for next week's review. Normally I don't do comparisons with figures that I haven't reviewed yet, but I'm making an exception for the Super Trunks here because I am going to be reviewing him next. So keep an eye out for that video. And finally, here he is with the Mafex Deadpool. And for our final thoughts here, I thought I'd bring in the Tamashii Nation's Blue Aura effects because they just work so well with this guy. So yeah, he is a fantastic figure, just like the other figures that share a body mold with him. Just an amazing piece. He is currently still sold out on BigBadToyStore. He does tend to pop in and out though, so if you catch him at the right time, you may be able to get one. In case they do come back into stock, I will put a link for them in the description below so you can get one for yourself over there at BigBad. And if not, sorry, all I can do is put the link there. Check your local Barnes & Nobles. If you have Barnes & Nobles, they do show up there. I actually saw 2 there today. So just kind of search for them. Search, of course, other websites. I don't think Dorkside Toys carries S.H.Figuarts stuff, but you can also check out Megalopolis. Check out the toursource.com. I would say Toys, but they tend to be very pricey. Definitely also check out eBay. He is going for reasonable prices on eBay right now because he's brand new. So I recommend you get him while the getting's good. And of course, that is it for this guy. So if you like the video, please subscribe, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Links for all that will be in the description below. And if you would like to subscribe, please turn on the notification bell so you know when I upload. And yeah, so this is the Dragon Ball Super S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta. And I am AUTOCON360, and I'm saying laters.